offensively, I really, you don't spend a lot of time with them. You really find coaches. I know them both. But defensively, with Billy Davis, he takes over. He's coaching the linebackers. And really, nothing's changed. I mean, we go about our business the same way. We work together. I've said it many times. In that room, we have such experienced coaches. Larry Johnson, Kerry Combs, those guys. And now with Billy Davis, who's coached in the NFL for over 25 years. I mean, we're talking about really, really fine, experienced coaches. So it's a pleasure to work with them, and we got a big challenge ahead of us. We lost some really good players, and we need to get it going.
Greg, you guys moved Chris to middle. It seems, I know that you guys were so kind of experimenting with him, but what is it that what went behind that decision, and do you feel like that could be a good fit?
Well, we're talking about Chris Worley. Yeah, Chris Worley, and he's just a really, really smart football player. He's a guy that I think understands the game at a very high level. And when you're Mike linebacker, we lost what I think is a man's man in Raekwon McMillan. Just a really fun football player, and a smart football player. And we needed to make sure that we could try to replace him with a guy that has that kind of presence about him. Just 2 days, like was mentioned, but I really am impressed with this 2 days.
Does he have to change his body? Does he have to put on weight, or do you think he can play that position the way he was outside last year?
He can play exactly how Mick gets him ready to play. I'm not worried about that at all. Just eat right, lift, train, and he'll be ready to play.
Feel like you have an embarrassment of riches on the D-line?
I like our D-line. I mean, that's a heck of a group. And I think we got really elite defensive linemen, and I think we have the best defensive line coach in America. So we put those two things together. It's fun to work with those guys, and excited to see how it all comes together.
Urban talks about Ohio State having an Ohio State offense, and when new coaches come in, you might add to, but it's the Ohio State offense. Is the same true of the defense, Greg?
100%. We have a system. Urban has a system that he's put together here, now going into year 6. And what he always talks about is, look, we're in the framework of a system, and if we have something that can make it better, let's enhance it. That's what we do. We try to find ways every year. We go visit with people. We bring people in here to visit with, and we do a lot of studies to try to enhance what we're doing.
Urban's talked about going to Oregon and places for offense. Where do you go defensively to look?
You know what? We do a lot of studying on our own, but then there's certain, at this stage, we're not going to go to visit someone to change wholesale. We may want to look at one technique that we know this team is really well known for. You just go visit them and you find out, or you bring them in to visit with them. At this stage of your career, you know a lot of people that have been doing it for a long time, so you have go-to guys that you call and ask. And I'll be honest with the 3 guys we have in our room, other than myself, Billy Davis, what a great resource, right? He's been coaching for so many years at different places. He's been around a lot of great coaches. He brings a wealth of knowledge, and certainly you can't change everything you do, but there's little ideas that we tweak and pull from each other. That's how you continue to enhance it.
Greg, can you give me an example of maybe something going into the spring you definitely want to tweak a little bit? I mean, just from a scheme standpoint or anything like that?
Well, I think one of the things was mentioned is the defensive lineman, right? Larry has done an incredible job of accumulating a great group there, and then he trains them so well. How are we going to get them all involved? Mm-hmm. I mean, we have to get them on the field in as many different ways as we possibly can. So that's going to be a challenge to us. Is there new packages we do to get more linemen on the field? Maybe. Is there a way we can rotate them and continue to rotate them the way we have, but even more efficiently? Yes. Mm-hmm. So that's been one of the things we've been investigating.
What is